Most people still think ChatGPT is just something you use to write emails or answer questions. That's no longer true. ChatGPT can also create completely new images and edit existing ones, all through a normal conversation. You don't need graphic design experience, and you don't need to learn complicated software just to get started. The key isn't learning design, it's learning how to describe what you want. Once you understand that, you'll start creating graphics, illustrations, classroom materials, and presentation visuals in minutes. Think about how you normally search for images online. You spend time looking through stock photo websites, hoping someone has already created exactly what you need. With ChatGPT Images, you're doing something different. Instead of searching for an image that already exists, you're asking AI to create one specifically for your situation. That opens up an entirely new way of thinking about visuals. So, how does it actually work? It starts with your prompt. You describe the image you want. That could include the subject, the audience, the purpose, the style, the colors, the layout, the aspect ratio, and even the exact text you want included. ChatGPT then interprets your request. It figures out what should appear, what shouldn't, what style fits your description, and how everything should be arranged. Behind the scenes, the image model generates an entirely new image based on learned visual patterns. It's predicting what colors, shapes, textures, lighting, and composition belong together to create the image you describe. One advantage of creating images inside ChatGPT is that it understands the conversation you've already been having. If you've been discussing AI in education, lesson planning, or professional development, you don't have to repeat all of that context. ChatGPT can use what it already knows from your conversation to create visuals that match the rest of your work. That makes the process feel much more natural than starting over every time. But here's where many people make a mistake. They write prompts that are far too vague. They simply say something like, create an infographic about AI. That's like asking an artist to draw something nice. You'll probably get an image, but it may not be the one you had in mind. The best prompts answer several important questions. Who's the audience? What's the purpose of the image? What format do you need? Should it look modern, playful, professional, or minimalist? What text should appear? What's the overall mood? And what size or aspect ratio should it use? Here's an example of a much stronger prompt. Create a 16 by 9 social media graphic for teachers explaining the difference between ChatGPT, ChatGPT search, and deep research. Use a clean, modern design with 3 columns, short, readable text, simple icons, and leave space at the bottom for my logo. That's a prompt that gives the AI clear direction, and the results are usually much closer to what you're imagining. Creating brand new images is only part of the story. ChatGPT is also very good at editing images you already have. You can upload an existing graphic and simply describe the changes you want. Maybe you'd like to replace the background, remove distracting elements, change the colors, make the design look more professional, or create a version that fits a different aspect ratio. You can even ask it to leave space for a logo or make the graphic more appropriate for an elementary classroom. And the better you describe what you're trying to accomplish, the better the results you'll receive. Whether you're creating classroom resources, presentation graphics, workshop materials, or social media content, learning to communicate your ideas clearly is one of the most valuable skills you can develop when working with AI.